Good evening and many thanks for joining us. This is the second day of March, the year 2026. Indeed, it is a day that a lot has happened in the world of politics, business and sports, and this is what to expect in the next 30 minutes or so.
The regulations in this sector needs a major campaign for people of Kenya to accept that it is important to follow the law.
Also tonight, well done. Jomvu Member of Parliament commends security officers for maintaining peace and stability since the beginning of Ramadan. Plus, you are out of order. Kindiki slams Gachagua over his reckless remarks ahead of his Meru tour.
This is Kutv Primetime News with Auma Evans.
Suit up, and it's takeoff time. My co-pilot tonight is Joy Mtava. Remember, you can follow this broadcast on all of our social media platforms. We are coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV News. You can tweet us on X at KUTV_Kenya, at Auma Evans, the hashtag to use, Primetime News. So tonight we begin with the latest. 3 people are feared dead following an early morning accident today at Green Park, Mtomewe in Machakos County after 2 trucks collided. The collision sparked a major fire, destroying the vehicles and causing severe traffic congestion along the busy Nairobi-Mombasa highway. Police officers immediately responded, working to clear the wreckage and restore traffic flow. Several witnesses reported that the accident happened early this morning, resulting in fatalities and multiple injuries. Emergency teams rescued some survivors, while authorities continue to investigate into the cause of the crash. Motorists are urged to exercise caution while driving on the busy highway. Still matters of being caution on the road. Now, President William Ruto has stressed the need to ease traffic congestion and reduce high road accidents, stating that faster completion of the new roads and installation of digital cameras at the black spots will help in reducing accidents and congestions. Let's get more from our very own Ateng Kanagunda.
Rights and freedoms. And each
President William Ruto today convened a meeting with members of the National Council on Administration of Justice (NCAJ) at State House, Nairobi, to discuss measures aimed at improving road safety and easing traffic flow across the country.
That way, we will make it easy for us to do several things. Number one, we do not need to argue with offenders. The cameras will provide foolproof evidence that they are in breach. Number two, we do not have to go and bother the Chief Justice in court. The fine will be predetermined. When you have committed the offense, you will have a fine on your phone instantly.
During the meeting, the president emphasized the need to enhance traffic management through faster completion of ongoing road projects, expansion of pedestrian walkways, among other interventions.
Deliberate steps are already being taken to confront this challenge, a multi-sectoral approach. And for the first time, a coordinated interagency traffic justice model was successfully piloted during the 2025-2026 festive season under the framework of the National Council on the Administration of Justice. This initiative brought together enforcement, prosecution, and adjudication in a unified and a structured manner.
Chief Justice Martha Koome outlined the judiciary's role in supporting road safety enforcement, announcing the expanded deployment of mobile traffic courts and increased use of digital systems to enable fast handling of traffic-related offences. She also emphasized the use of technology, including highway surveillance cameras, to strengthen enforcement and promote accountability in traffic cases.
We want to assure you that the NCAJ stands ready to lead and coordinate the justice sector and to respond in partnership with the executive and with the legislature to ensure that our laws are modern, our systems are interpolable, our enforcement is firm but fair, and our institutions are accountable. With strong political will, sustained investment, and corrective responsibility.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen detailed government plans to enhance compliance with traffic regulations through instant fines, installation of surveillance cameras at key locations and on public service vehicles, as well as intensified police patrols.
And in our discussion, the answer is digitization and digital enforcement. You have already guided us to have cameras under the C4 project in 6 cities in the country. Nairobi will be ably covered, and a number of the cities, including Mombasa. Again, having cameras all over the place will make sure that these officers are held into account. In addition, having instant finding system that does not require human intervention.
The meeting concluded with a commitment by government agencies to implement coordinated measures aimed at enhancing road safety and improving traffic movement across the country.
Rights and freedoms. And each.
Ateng Kanegunda, KUTV.
Thank you, Ateng Kanagunda, for that comprehensive reporting. Now, switching gears to matters politics. Now, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has slammed DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua, urging him to maintain respect ahead of his tour to Meru region and to refrain from what he termed as insult directed at leaders and residents. Speaking to Meru residents after the launch of Meru Level 5 hospital upgrade to Level 6, Kindiki reminded Gachagua of the Mbeere North by-elections, saying that it had exposed his political weakness and ended his ambition there. He asked him not to do the same to Meru residents as they value unity and dignity.
Tuwa na safari hapa sijui siku gani. Nyinyi nani? Wewe nani? Wewe nani? Wewe nani? Ukifika hapa kuja na heshima bwana. Wewe kuja na heshima. Usikuja na madharau. Usikuja na kiherehere. Usikuja na kimbelembele. Sisi hapa hatupendi madharau. Na sisi hatuna shida na mtu yeyote. Bora ukuja na heshima. Useme mambo yako alafu kwende, kwa sababu sisi sio watu ya fujo. Lakini hiyo madharau ukiendelea nayo, ukikataa kuachana na hiyo tabia ya matusi, wewe tutakuaibisha bwana. Wewe nani wewe? Wewe nani?
Now, a section of university leaders from the coastal region have declared their support for the leadership of the Orange Democratic Movement Party, ODM, and the broad-based government arrangement between President William Ruto and the ODM party. The leaders have condemned those who oppose the broad-based government, stating that they are undermining the work of the president, as Patricia Alex now reports.
Speaking to journalists after a joint meeting held in Voi, the student leaders from Taita Taveta University urged political actors to refrain from dragging young people into political rivals. The leaders expressed their backing for the cooperation between the UDA and ODM, describing the partnership as vital for national stability and development.
Kile ambacho sisi tunaahidi ni kwamba sisi kama vijana ambao ndio wengi katika taifa la Kenya, hatutoruhusu au kuruhusu kiongozi yeyote kututumia vibaya kwa manufaa yake ya kibinafsi, alafu sisi ndio tunaingia street kukufa. Si ni namna hiyo?
They emphasized that the youth should not be used as a tool in political contest, warning that young people often bear the brunt of unrest during protests. Outgoing Taita Taveta students President Stephen were reading a joint statement, accused certain political figures of attempting to destabilize ODM and undermine the working relationship between President Ruto and the party.
We will not condone these schemers. We know you and your agenda is to scatter the ODM party and more of the broad-based working arrangement between President Ruto and ODM.
Incoming Taita Taveta University President Francis Hilton questioned the political messaging being projected by leaders who oppose the cooperation, asking what image they intend to portray. He reiterated their endorsement of President Ruto's leadership and his future political ambitions.
Unatuonyesha picha gani mkiwa katika uongozi? Sisi kama viongozi tunakuja tunakashifu hiyo na tunakataa. Sasa hiyo ndio maana tunasema Ruto ni two-term.
The leaders also called on young people to register in large numbers as voters ahead of the 2027 general elections and participate by electing leaders committed to growth. They maintain that constructive politics remains the most effective way for young people to influence governance and secure long-term development. Patricia Alex for Kutv, Nairobi.
Now back in the nation's capital, Nairobi, President William Ruto on Monday condoled with the family of the late Emurua Dikir Member of Parliament Joanna Ngeno during a visit to the family's residence in Nairobi, that is current Nairobi. Ngeno died alongside 5 others in an helicopter crash on Saturday in Mosop constituency in Nandi County. In an update, the family indicated that the late MP will be buried this Friday.
I am sharing this moment with you. It is a difficult moment for the family, for the people of Emurua Dikir, and for his friends. But I want to assure you that God is in control. Nothing happens that takes God by surprise. So we will be here. God will lead us into doing the right things. Ngeno's family, his wife, is somebody I've come to know. I've been to her home in Emurua Dikir. And I know she's explained to me what needs to be done, and it will be done, so that we can carry on the legacy of our brother Ngeno and that of the family. And to the people of Emurua Dikir, I want to tell them that they will not be orphans. We will be there.
Because we represent the people of Emurua Dikir. We understand the role that the late Honorable Ngeno played in making sure that he fights for the rights of the Kipsigis of Narok. The people of Narok will definitely miss him. And I just want to assure you, Your Excellency, that we are speaking one language. There's no Kipsigis, there's no Maasai, there is one people of Narok in Narok County.
Elsewhere, Jamvu Member of Parliament Badi Twalib has condemned, or rather commended, the security officers for maintaining peace and stability in the area since the beginning of Ramadan, noting that no incidents of insecurity have been reported as residents continue with their night prayers. Meanwhile, thousands of Muslim faithful gathered in Mombasa for a special iftar to mark the completion of the first 10 days of the holy month of Ramadan. According to the organizers, the main objective is to foster unity and support the less fortunate in society. Akida Kasim reports.
Jamvu MP Badi Twalib praised security agencies for their efforts in ensuring peace and stability in the area since the start of the holy month of Ramadan.
FAO are one of the most reliable vehicles coming from the Chinese market, and they've really captured the East African market, and we really appreciate.
Speaking during the launch of a new Assistant Chief's office in Buiwachapa area, Jomvuku Ward, the MP said he had not received any reports of worshippers being disrupted during night prayers, a situation that has enabled them to fully participate in Tarawih prayers.
My plea to the national government is let us try and facilitate and bring an enabling environment to such kind of investments in our country, to make sure that we are able to give them a platform that makes them be very competitive across the East African nation.
At the same time, Muslim faithful in Mombasa marked the completion of the first 10 days of Ramadan in a unique way through communal iftar events organized in different parts of the city.
Being taken by
The faithful used the opportunity to bring together both Muslims and non-Muslims, sharing meals as a sign of unity and promoting cohesion among Kenyans. In a remarkable scene, some participants spread mats and sheets in the middle of Pembe Zandovu Road to break their fast together, demonstrating Islamic values of solidarity and caring for the less fortunate in the society.
And we are really...
At the same time, some participants called on the government to address challenges facing citizens and business owners by reducing taxes across various sectors of the economy.
And we are really...
According to the organizers, the communal iftar aims to bring people together, strengthening social cohesion and support the underprivileged members of the society. Akida Kasim, Kutv.
Right, that story by Akida Kasim takes us to our first break here on Kutv Primetime News. Remember, we still have much and more lined up for you, but first thing first, the breather.
Kila safari huanza kwa hatua moja. Bila shaka, dira ya Boresha Kilimo sasa imepata sura mpya. Boresha Kilimo si kipindi tu, bali ni darasa la vitendo kwa wakulima. Lengo kuu, mavuno bora na tija kwa jamii.
Na ukikaa nasi basi utaboresha kilimo.
Hapa tutakupakulia maarifa atakotia ladha ya kisukari kwenye mazao yako, tukitofautisha punje na mpunga.
Kwani kilimo ndicho huboresha maisha.
Kuanzia maandalizi ya shamba, mbinu za teknolojia ya kisasa hadi sokoni, usikose kutazama Boresha Kilimo.
Ukitaka kujua haya usipime kipimo.
Ungana nami nahodha wako Akida Kasim kila siku ya Jumamosi saa 6:30 mchana na Jumanne asubuhi, nikikuletea shajara kamili za wakulima na suluhisho mashinani.
Kilimo ni nguzo kubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani kilimo ndicho huboresha maisha.
Kumbuka, ukipanda pantosha utavuna pankwisha.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are Tajiri from Wachenga Willy, and all I have to say is, big up KU Plus. So
my name is Jakub Petri. I'm Associate Professor in the Institute of Philosophy of Jagiellonian University in Krakow, Poland. And I'm the main coordinator of the CAFE project, which is being here hosted by Kenyatta University.
My name is Eva Hudoba. I am a project manager in this consortium. Keep watching cutting-edge research at Kenyatta University Television.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
Welcome back and thank you for keeping time and for always keeping us a company. Now let's continue with our bulletin. Now the Embassy of the Islamic Republic of Iran in Kenya through its ambassador Ali Golompur has assured Kenya that Iran will not direct its missiles towards the country, stating that Kenya does not host a United States military facility capable of launching an attack against Iran. And as Rajab Juma details in the following report, the embassy also condemned the military strikes carried out by the United States in collaboration with Israel against Iranian targets, describing the action as a violation of international law and a breach of the United Nations Charter.
About 2 days after the attack on Iran's capital, Tehran, which was carried out by the United States in coordination with Israel, an assault that led to the killing of Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and sparked mixed reactions, the Iranian embassy in Kenya has now dismissed fears of an alleged plan to target Kenya as the war between Iran, the United States and Israel continues to escalate.
The solution is that we do believe that the first of all, the Security Council of the United Nations has the prime responsibility in preserving peace and security in the world. So this is the prime responsibility of that council, and that's why we request, and we have officially, my government have resorted to that means to exhaust their own duties in preserving and protecting international law and international peace and security and orders.
Pledging retaliation, the embassy also urged the United Nations Security Council to convene an emergency meeting and take immediate action to contain the situation, while calling on the international community to condemn the attacks.
To the United States and the Israeli regime, I say, you shall bear full and direct responsibility for all ensuing consequences. You have opened a door that you cannot close. To the United Nations Security Council, I demand, convene immediately, take binding action, halt this aggression, uphold your own charter before it becomes a worthless document.
Meanwhile, President William Ruto called for restraint and diplomatic engagement to prevent further escalation of the conflict. He emphasized the importance of respecting the sovereignty of independent states and the need for a peaceful resolution to safeguard civilians and regional stability. The government of Kenya has advised Kenyans living in the Middle East to remain cautious and follow guidance from Kenyan diplomatic missions in the affected countries as the situation continues to be closely monitored. Meanwhile, Kenya Airways has suspended its flights to Dubai and Sharjah until further notice. Rajab Juma, KUTV.
And moving on, now Kenya's government is fully prepared to tackle the ongoing flood crisis caused by heavy rains. This is according to the Public Service Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Ruku, who assured those affected of timely aid for displaced families. The CS, however, called on Kenyans in flood-prone areas to be cautious.
Amid the ongoing floods across the country, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Ruku has assured the nation that the government is fully prepared to address the flooding crisis resulting from the persistent heavy rainfall.
Iko wakati wa mvua kwa sasa, and there are likely to be floods in different corners of the republic. Kuna uwezekano ya kuwa na mafuriko.
With concerns mounting over river flooding and displaced families, Ruku stated that the government has established emergency response systems to ensure timely assistance reaches affected families.
Mimi kama waziri ambaye anasimamia kitengo ya special program ambaye inaangalia maneno ya mafuriko, serikali yetu ya Kenya iko tayari, imejiandaa kuhakikisha kwamba wale wote wa Kenya wote, Tana River, Migori, kona yote ya nchi yetu ya Kenya ambao wanaweza athirika na mafuriko, serikali ya Mheshimiwa Rais iko chonjo, imejiandaa ya kusaidia Wakenya wale ambao wanaweza athirika na mafuriko.
Speaking in Embu County, the Public Service CS urged citizens to exercise caution, particularly those residing in flood-prone areas, warning residents against attempting to cross swollen rivers, noting that many lives are lost each year in preventable accidents during periods of heavy rain.
Lakini vile vile tunatoa wito kwa wananchi wote wa Kenya. Jameni, mvua ikinyesha mingi, maji kuwe mingi, frike, tunjiadhari, tusije tukasombwa na maji, tuhakikishe kwamba we are taking care of ourselves.
Ruku also emphasized the continued collaboration between the government and religious organizations, stating that churches play a vital role in reaching vulnerable families at the grassroots level, highlighting that the partnership.
Kwa hivyo sio maneno ya njaa peke yake, lakini vile vile maneno ya mafuriko ambayo inaweza tokana na hii mvua ambayo inaendelea. Tuko chonjo, Mheshimiwa Rais ameweka pesa na amenunua vifaa ya kuhakikisha kwamba Wakenya wote wale wataathirika, serikali itawashikilia. Hiyo yote ni bidii, ni kujituma na mapenzi ya Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya.
Atenka Negunda, KUTV.
Meanwhile, the government has been urged to create a more enabling business environment, including lowering select taxes to support local motor vehicle assembly and accelerate job creation in the country. This comes as the state rolls out the national automotive policy aimed at positioning Kenya as a regional automotive hub.
Industry players say supportive policies and affordable financing are critical to unlocking growth in the automotive sector and strengthening Kenya's manufacturing base. Stakeholders note that assembling vehicles locally using completely knocked down and semi-knocked down kits helps reduce freight costs and duties, making vehicles more affordable for businesses.
FAW are one of the most reliable vehicles coming from the Chinese market, and they've really captured the East African market, and we really appreciate.
Speaking during an iftar dinner hosted by Trans-Africa Motors Limited in Mombasa, Kenya, National Chambers of Commerce and Industry Mombasa Chapter Chairman Abdul Jamal said improved policies would attract investors. The government is currently considering a 13 billion shilling affordable credit facility to support businesses across the automotive value chain, alongside incentives such as the duty remission scheme to encourage local value addition through importation of vehicle components instead of fully built units.
My plea to the national government is let us try and facilitate and bring an enabling environment to such kind of investments in our country, to make sure that we are able to give them a platform that makes them be very competitive across the East African nation.
Industry players now hope that continued policy support under the National Automotive Policy will unlock investment, expand local assembly, and position Kenya as a competitive automotive hub in the region. Yvonne Kimuma, KUTV.
Now moving on, Mombasa Governor Abdul Somad Sharif Nasir has launched a healthcare program aimed at improving patient care, combating corruption and reducing congestion at Mombasa hospitals. This follows recent controversy regarding the death of Ali Kibwana, guard to the Mvita Member of Parliament, who succumbed to death due to an alleged irregularities at the Coast General Teaching and Referral Hospital.
In a bid to improve the image of health sector in Mombasa County, Governor Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasir officially launched a healthcare service program for patients, including measures to fight corruption, among other reforms. This follows an incident that sparked public debate regarding the attentiveness of healthcare workers at the Coast Teaching and Referral Hospital. Speaking during the launch, Governor Nasir banned the detention of patients in hospital over unpaid medical bills and ordered the immediate release of all bodies that were being held in the hospital mortuary. Additionally, granting a 7-day free storage period for bodies to facilitate timely burials and prevent overcrowding.
A mother has been admitted. A mother has gone and given birth. But because someone somewhere decided that, the issue of registering this person is vital or not vital enough, so that person then ends up not being claimed for by SHA, and then a hospital decides to detain. If the number of patients in the hospital has reached its optimum, the system should not even allow anyone else to be admitted. The reason why you end up seeing people now sharing beds, shameful.
Following the recent issue that arose at the hospital, the governor confirmed that the chief executive officer of the Teaching and Referral Hospital, Ikbar Handwala, had opted to resign and would be reassigned to other duties within the health department.
As one of the oldest, actually the CEO has been the only CEO for Coast General Hospital. And he has opted to resign from his position. The county secretary is working on those formalities. And being a permanent and pensionable employee, considering that this report clears his name, he'll be given another role, maybe not managing a hospital, but another role. And with that in place, the board of Coast General will be tasked with working with the Public Service Board and to immediately advertise for a new CEO of Coast General Hospitals. If a patient comes into a hospital, there will be a toll-free number, 24 hours, 1599. You call that number, 1599. It will give you an option. Do you want health? Is it fire? Is it any other department that you want? When you press 1599 and you press 1, it is already active. You will be taken to the Department of Health and you will be asked. We will now have from the governor's office straight to the patient what is the issues that they have, and we will now be able to be there.
Furthermore, the residents were urged to register for the Social Health Authority SHA insurance scheme, as the hospital management directed to use the Facility Improvement Fund to settle the bills of patients who are not registered with SHA.
The first thing that someone needs to be asked when they come in, do you or are you registered with SHA? So that when the time comes for them to be discharged, it is better for us to be able to deal with the debt with SHA than to start mishandling and to start detaining patients. In the event that a patient does not have that SHA cover, the Facility Improvement Fund, which was signed as law nationally, which we customized and made it a local legislation in Mombasa, Facility Improvement Fund is equally to ensure that every facility strives to make sure that we have universal health in their right vicinity.
According to Governor Nasir, the new system is expected to help address emergency cases and improve services for patients from the county as well as neighboring counties. Oching Cynthia, KUTV.
Right, after a shaky start to the Kenya Premier League, Tusker FC have won their first back-to-back wins with a 2-1 victory over Kariobangi Sharks at the Police Sacco Stadium in Nairobi. Francis Oduor opened the scoring in the 17th minute with teenager sensation Humphrey Aroko responding within 2 minutes later. Ian Simiyu assured Tusker all the 3 maximum points in the 78th minute. The victory lifts the Brewers to 7th on the Sportpesa Premier League table with 34 points after 23 games, while Kariobangi Sharks sits 14th with relegation threat. Right, it's a wrap. Many thanks for the men and women behind the scene and for all of our esteemed viewers for always keeping us a company in the last 37 minutes or so. A good name is Auma Evans. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Joy Mutava. Until next time, you have a lovely night and God bless.